In this video, I'd like to guide you, the owner or director of your school, how to update class sessions, aka how to prepare future classes. And this is the exact same process that teachers could also use to prepare for their own classes. So if you want to delegate this responsibility to your teachers, then they would prepare classes or update classes with information and make that information available to the enrolled students of that class the same way that you would. Okay, so everybody could administrators, managers, assistants, teachers, you can all sort of work together or coordinate to manage the information that is displayed within classes for students to access. Okay, so let me go ahead and take you through the process. So suppose I log in and today's date is on a Saturday and I want to prepare a class for next Monday. So what I do is I navigate forward in time to the class that I want to view next Monday by clicking on the Advanced One Day button. And now what is displayed are all of the planned classes that will be held on Monday. Now I scroll down and I select the class that I want to edit by clicking on Details. And as you can see, the dedicated page for this class session is pretty much blank, except for the attendance or student roster. All right, so what I want to do is I want to start adding information. So I'm going to start by clicking on Edit Class, and I'm going to type a lesson plan. So the lesson plan I want to use to demonstrate with is Unit 14. So I'll type in cover Unit 14 and review Unit 13. Okay, so you can type in anything here that's related to the lesson plan, and you can also type in a comment. So students will take Unit 13 quiz today. All right, so the information you type here will be displayed to the students within this class session in the student interface as well. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add a homework assignment. You can add a writing task or a recording task. Now, a writing task is just any homework that is not a recording assignment. So if students type a Word document, then they can upload that as the homework for a writing task. All right, so I'm going to add a writing task. And then as you can see, after I click that button, the lesson plan and the comment, that information has been updated without clicking on the Save button. So I scroll down and I want to give a custom name for this writing task. I'll just type Unit 14 Student Book. All right. And then I will save that. And then I'll go on to add a recording task or recording assignment if that is applicable to this class session. So I'm going to add that and I'm going to give it a name. All right, so let's give it a name of Record Unit 14 Reading. And then you want to give it a recording number. This number represents the required number of recording times that you want students to record. Okay, so if there's one reading passage, then so if I type in a 7, then the students will be required to record that same passage 7 times, and only once they record 7 times will their recording assignment be marked off as complete. Okay, now for now, just leave this text to record translation and this audio blank. Okay, so later on in the video, I'm going to teach you how to create different types of recording assignments. But if you leave all these blank, you're creating the most basic form of recording assignments. Okay, and then now we will scroll down and we'll add a quiz. So all you have to do is click this checkbox and scroll down to confirm that it exists, and then give it a custom name. So Unit 13 quiz. All right, and max score by default is 100. If you want to give it, say, if the quiz has an awkward number of questions, such as 17, and if you type 17 here, later on, if a student gets, say, 14 out of 17 questions correct, you could type 14, and ULearn will do the automatic percentage calculations. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and save that. And then we'll choose, if there is an attachment that you want to make available to students, then all you would need to do is choose a file, select the file, click open, and then upload the file. Now, if you don't want students to view the attachment or download the attachment, and you only want to make that available to the teacher, then you would just click the hide button here. Now, to confirm that this class session has been populated with all the details, we would click the view class details. And this is like the uneditable display of this page. So as you can see, every student has an instance of the same quiz. A lesson plan exists, homework exists, both written and recording. There's a comment for the class, there's an attachment, and there's attendance. Okay, so instead of emailing or messaging each and every one of these students the same message multiple times, you could just add everything within this page, and you wouldn't have to send any messages at all. And some of this information is also reflected in the class sessions page. So if you view the classes for this particular date, and if you scroll down, you can see a little box for lesson plan, a box for comments, and you can see that one attachment has been added. Okay. Now let's go back into the details page. And I just want to clarify one thing. There are 3 different types of recording assignments. This one that we just created is the most basic form. So what that means is when students do this homework, there is no reference text for them to read. So they'll just need to open up their book and just start recording and reading whatever is within their book, okay? Whatever the teacher assigns. And after they're done recording the required number of times, then a teacher or an administrator could click into the homework index. And this index is where basically all the submitted work goes. And this is where it's basically the homework queue. And you can start from the top of the list, and you can start grading and commenting and passing. And as you do that, the homework items will start disappearing, and the follow-up needed list will start getting smaller. So here's an example of a basic recording assignment. And basic recording assignments require manual follow-up or manual grading rather than AI-assisted grading. Okay. So if you want to manually grade and manually have like a human listen to all of the recordings in your school, you can do that. But what I recommend is the AI-assisted recording feature. So I'll go ahead and show you how that works right now. So we're back in the class details page, and I'm going to click Edit Class again. I'm going to scroll down to the recording assignments, and I'm going to open up the lesson text, which is lesson 14, and I'm just going to start reading the text. Okay, so this is the text. This is the same text that I want students to record. Okay, so I'm going to start from the first. I'm just going to do the first paragraph for demonstration purposes. Okay, I'm going to start by clicking the start button. Okay, the Sahara and the Gobi are deserts. They are both huge, dry places, but they are very different from each other. Okay, so what's happening now after I stop the recording is it saves the audio and it transcribes the audio to text form. So what this is doing is 2 things at once. This audio will be displayed to the students. It will be available for the students to listen to before they even attempt their recording. So this allows the students to kind of hear what they are about to record. This is especially useful for English as second language learners. And this text right here, this is the text that they will read while they're doing their recording. And after they're done recording, there will be an AI analysis of the recording, which will give it an automatic grade. So how does this work? Well, the AI will compare the students, what the AI picked up from the students' recording to this reference text here. So just make sure that you tell students that when they're doing their recording, they read this reference text word for word exactly as they see on screen. And in this box right here, you can also add the Chinese translation of the text. That might be useful for some students. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you. Okay, so actually I'm going to click on I'm going to save, and then I'm going to click on the View Class Details button to confirm that everything is displayed properly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what submitted student recordings look like if reference text does exist. So I'm going to click on the Homework tab, and as you can see here, there is 1 AI graded recording within the last 24 hours. Now, this is a recording assignment that was submitted by the student, John Smith. And if I actually click in, then I can see the recording assignment. And as you can see, there is an AI recording score. These grades are automatically generated by Whisper AI, which is the AI model that we use. And as you can see, if you navigate all the way down, you can see one particular assignment that has a very low score compared to all the rest. Okay, if we can play it if we want to, and we can listen it to ourselves. And if the teacher or administrator determines for themselves that, oh, this is, this needs to be redone, then they can click the OK button here. They can reject the recording assignment for any particular reason, and then they can click Save. And this recording assignment will be basically returned to the student and when that student logs in, they'll be prompted to resubmit any recordings that have been rejected. But what you really want to do is you want to create the 3rd type of recording assignment. Okay, and that recording assignment can be, once created, it can be reused over and over again as many times as you want across future classes. So that will decrease or minimize your work as the administrator or teacher. And there are other features that in the creation of these reusable recording assignments or lessons that will make the learning experience for students a lot better. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. All right, so to create a reusable lesson, click into this tab here, Collections. And this page displays a library of all the reusable lessons. So how do you create a collection folder? Well, for this class, I'm using this book right here. So I'm going to demonstrate how to create a folder for this book. So what you need to do is you just click Create Collection, and you type in the name of, say, the folder or the book. Usually a name will be the same as the title of the book. So this book is titled Starter 3, okay, or Link Starter 3. And then I will create. And then that will appear somewhere here. Okay, so it's right here. And then I'll click the details button. And since no chapters exist yet, I'll go ahead and add a chapter. And the lesson that I am about to teach on Monday will be lesson or unit 14. So I'm going to type 14 as the chapter, and then I'm going to give it a title. So what is the title of lesson 14? Well, it is the Sahara and the Gobi Deserts. Okay, so the Sahara and the Gobi Deserts. Okay, and then so here I will basically be doing the same thing that I demonstrated earlier, but just in a different interface. So this is the custom collection interface. Okay, so what I'm going to do is instead of typing the text and then going on to recording the audio, I'm just going to record the audio and let the AI transcribe the audio into text. So just doing the same thing as I previously did. The Sahara and the Gobi are deserts. They are both huge, dry places, but they are very different from each other. Okay, now the text has been transcribed, the audio file has been recorded, and now if I scroll down, I see other options. So these right here, these displayed are all the unique words that are displayed in the reference text. All right, so none of these words repeat. And from here, I can go on to select words that I want students to focus on and learn, likely words that they will be tested on or quizzed on in the next class, the following class. So I want students to learn desert. I'm just going to pick a few random words, place and from. All right. And then I'm going to scroll down. The same words will be displayed down below. And I'm just going to do a once over of these English definitions. And I can see that from the English definition is preposition. That doesn't really say much. So I'm going to choose a custom definition. If something is from a place, that's where it originates. All right, so just a very human readable definition of the word from. Preposition doesn't really say much about the word from to students. And here you could choose a Chinese definition. All right, so you could choose either one listed here, or you could choose, you could specify a custom Chinese translation. So I think this one right here is fine, so I'll leave it as is. And then I'll just check the English definition here. That makes sense. Okay, and then I'll choose a definition, and Difang makes sense. And then desert, arid land with little or no vegetation makes sense. And so this is a word that I've already edited in a different lesson before. So the Chinese translation is already there. Okay, so these words after the English and Chinese definitions are chosen, then they'll be added to the finalized test words or phrases. These are basically the focus words that you want students to pay more attention to. You can actually create custom recordings for each and every one of these words. So what that means is if I go ahead and click this button, deserts, I can record the word, deserts. Okay, so it's not working right now because I'm doing a video at the same time. So this is where you could record a teacher's pronunciation of each word so that when students are trying to complete their assignment, before they record or after each recording, they can actually click on each of these words in the text, and they can play a sample teacher recording of the word before they're recording, before they attempt their own recording, so that, hey, at least they know how to pronounce each word properly. Okay, and they can play it as many times as they want to. So this gives very good pronunciation guidance to students when they are not in class and not sitting with the teacher between classes. Okay, and if I scroll back up, again, I'm going to add in a Chinese translation, and then I'm going to click Save. Now, bear in mind that there's a lot of interface changes we are going to add to all of the pages in YouLearn. So I know it doesn't look particularly beautiful at this point, we're focusing on the features for now. The interface optimizations, they will eventually come. It will, and I guarantee you, it'll look beautiful. But just kind of bear with us for now. So after you save and you click on details, okay, and if you scroll down, you can see an area where you can attach a file. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the file and attach it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on classes. Okay, and the course. So this right here is one class instance for this course right here. So in order to apply what I just created to this class, I need to make sure that that collection folder that I just created is applied to this course. So how do I do this? And by the way, I only need to do it one time. So I go to courses and I find the correct course. So that would be L4B. Okay, and then I edit, click on edit, and then I scroll down and I choose the collection folder. So I'm gonna choose the one that I just created, starter 3, and then I'm gonna click save. So now, if I click classes again, and I go into the details of this class session, and then I click on edit class, and then I scroll down, and I click here. Well, that reusable lesson is now available for me to select. So if I want to apply what I just created, the collection that I just created to this particular class session, then I click here, and it will populate this recording assignment with everything that I added into that collection. And if I just want to confirm the focus words, then I can click show, and it'll give me this display. And I can edit this collection right within the class session. Okay, so I confirm that everything is correct, and I'm going to click save. So what this allows me to do is, in the future, if I have a class of, say, different students, and I'm teaching Unit 14 out of this book right here, then I could just drop whatever collection of that Unit 14 lesson into this class, and I don't have to do a thing. I just have to select the lesson that I already created, drop it into this class, and students will have reference text. They'll have an audio. They'll have an attachment right here. And if they have an attachment, then I don't need to add another attachment, a separate attachment to this class session. So there you have it. That is pretty much everything that you need to know about how to prepare a class. And once you've done it a few times, it will be very, very quick and easy.